The Union Gospel Mission is the latest to publicly report a case of COVID-19.
We don't believe anybody else has been impacted or affected in that way or infected.
The individual wasn't part of their homeless community, but lived in one of their transitional housing units. UGM says it's taking all precautions necessary and wanted to share the information with the public to be completely transparent.
Unfortunately, though, we do know that COVID-19 is more widespread than we know, and likely more widespread than we previously thought.
Numbers seem to indicate the virus is on the rise in the area, but it's hard to pin down how serious the situation is and whether the rise in cases is new or has been happening for a while. Dr. Brian Conway and his team at the Vancouver Infectious Disease Center are trying to get to the bottom of it. The nonprofit is looking into how many people in the community have had the virus by running antibody tests of those living in shelters.
So we have found a significant number of individuals who have tested positive for COVID-19 antibodies.
Out of the few hundred they've tested so far, a couple dozen have the antibodies. Some didn't recall being sick, confusing their COVID-19 symptoms with those of opioid withdrawal. But the other problem, he says, is that resources were reduced or completely shut down during the early stages of the pandemic.
However, it seems as if there were cases. We didn't diagnose them because we weren't testing in that way, especially early in the pandemic. We had a focused approach to testing that was meeting the key public health needs of the time. And now it's important, I think, for us to understand what exactly happened in this neighborhood and how we can deal with it.
And he says they need to begin that work now, before the flu and cold season is upon us. Tina Lovegreen, CBC News, Vancouver.